Going to be going through GCSE Maths Foundation paper 1 non-calculator for the summer 2023. Question 1. Which numbers are a multiple of 4? So 14's not, 9's not, 20. 20 is 4 times 5. So answer is 20. Which of these is a square number? Well, 14's not. 9, that's 3 times 3. So, 9. Which two numbers in the list have a total of 43? So I'd look at the first one and see what needs to be added to it to make 43. So you've got 14, you need to add 29 to make 43. Is 29 in the list? Yeah, it is. So it's 14 and 29. And 29. Work out the largest number divided by the smallest number. So largest number is 45, smallest is 3. So 45 divided by 3, that's 15. Here's a square. Use a ruler to measure the length of the side of the square, answering millimeters. So, because it's a square, we know all sides have got equal length. From the mark scheme, I can see that it's about 55 millimeters. So don't want centimeters, it'll be 5.5 centimeters. Just watch out for that. So it's 55. It can be anywhere between 54 and 58. Here's a quadrilateral. Use a protractor to measure the smallest angle. So smallest angle is this one. So you put the 0 there and see what this line comes out to. So it could be anywhere between 48 and 52 in the mark scheme. So I'll just put 50. 50, and then degrees sign is there. It's quadrilateral. Work out the area. So we know that the area of the quadrilateral, so we've got, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12 full squares, and then how many half squares have we got? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half squares. So that's 12 plus 6 half squares, that's 3 squares. So 12 plus 3 is 15. So complete this of the rectangle so that the perimeter is 20 centimeters. So that means the outside edges add up to 20. So what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. So we know that because it's a rectangle, the other side's got to be 7 as well. 7 plus 7 is 14. So then we've got to make up 20. So we've got 3 centimeters leeway each side, because 14 plus 3 is 20. So I'm going to put that as 3. That's 3. That's 7. That's 7. That's 3. That's 3. And together they all total 20. Minus 4 times minus 3. Well, it's a minus times a minus, so it's a plus. 4 times 3 is 12. So it's going to be plus 12. Plus, or you don't need that there if you don't want it. 6 times minus 5 was a positive times negative, so it's going to be a negative. 6 times 5 is 30, so it's going to be minus 30. Minus 8 squared, so it's minus 8 times minus 8. Again, that's a minus times minus, so it's a plus. So you've got 64. 10 cubed, so that's 10 times 10 times 10. Well, 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. So that's 1,000. 4. 18 out of 30. So we've got 18 out of 30. Fraction in its simplest form. Well, I can see by eye that these are both multiples of 3. So if I divide both sides by 3, then you got 6 out of 10. And then I could simplify that down even further, because they're both even numbers, to 3 out of 5. So the answer is 3 out of 5. Price of a pen is 24 pence. Price of a calculator is £7. It's got special offers on. Work out the total price of 5 pens and 1 calculator using special offers. So half the normal price. So pens are half the normal price. So instead of pen being 24p, it's 12p. £1.50 less than the normal price. So instead of this, it's actually going to be £5.50, because that's £1.50 less. So you want 5 pence. So 5 times 12 pence, or 0.12 pounds, is 60 pence, or 0.6 pounds. And then £5.50 plus £5.50. And that is equal to £6.10. Because there's a pound sign there, we don't need that. So £6.10. Right, 3 out of 5 is improper fraction. So 3 out of 5, or what is 3 in terms of fifths? So you times that by 5, times the bottom by 5, you've got 15 out of 5. Yeah, because 15 divided by 5 is 3. And plus 2 out of 5. That is 17 out of 5. .19 is a fraction. Well, it could be 19 out of 100. 19 is a prime number anyway. Recorded the rain for 55 days. Or 55 days. This is equal to 4 days, so that's equal to a day. And then that block is equal to 4. So sun was recorded on 1 more day than fog. Complete the pictogram for the 55 days. Well, how many days we've got in total here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16 days. How many days is this? That's 10 days. How many days is this? That's 18. So in total, so far, we've accounted for 16 plus 10 plus 18, 26. That's 44 days we've got in total so far. We need 55 days. So 55 minus 44 is 11 days left. So these two will sum to 11. 1 more day than fog. So the sun is going to be 6 days and the fog is going to be 5, because these two add up to 11, and the sun for 1 more day than fog. So then the sun is going to be like that to account for 6, and then the fog is going to be like that. And I've asked it to complete the pictogram, so you'll get the marks from that. Question 8. T equals 5p minus w. Work out t when p is 4. So t equals 5p, or p is 4. So 5 times 4 minus w, or w is 2. So that's t equals 20 minus 2. And that is equal to 18. P when t is minus 40 and w equals 10. So similar thing. So plug in t here. So that's minus 40 equals 5p. We don't know what p is yet. Well, 5p. And w is 10. So minus 10. Minus 10. So we could add 10 to both sides to get rid of that. So that's minus 30 equals 5p. Divide that by 5. Divide that by 5. Minus 6 equals p. So p is equal to minus 6. So I've got more of these, less of these, so they won't all connect. Well, 1 out of 2 is the same as 10 out of 20. Put that there. A quarter. 1 out of 4 same as 0.25. 1 out of 5, that's equal to 0.2. We don't have 0.2 there, we've got 20%, they're equivalent. Two calculations, A and B, work out A times B, or A is what? 8 times 3 plus 2. So 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 is 26. So A equals 24 plus 2 equals 26. B is, well, we've got some minuses going on here. So 15 minus 4, what's that? It's 11. So we can get rid of that now and call it 11. So we've got 21 minus 11. 21 minus 11. Well, that's 10. So I want A times B. So 26 times 10 is 260. Seven gallons into litres. Well, 1 gallon is 4.5 litres. So 7 gallons times that by 7. 4.5 times 7 is what? Well, 4 times 7 is 28. 0.5 times 7 is 3.5. We can divide it up by 2. So 28 plus 3.5 is equal to 31.5 or 31.5. 12. Down a percentage increase. What's doubled? That's 100% increase. It's a mad energy payment if it's doubled. Five, 2, 3. Well, you can either look at this on the left, or you could just think that's 5, that's 2, 3. What we're going to do here to make that look like 3? Well, if that's 2 and that's 5, it's going to be around here. Let's see. So 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks, and we each 2 each. 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So if 5 is 10 blocks and 2 is 4 blocks, then 3, that's going to be 6 blocks, or 12. So you might want to do a bit of work in here and say 10 blocks equals 5, ratio, then 2 blocks, no, actually 4 blocks equals 2 ratio. So that blocks equals 3 ratio. Well, it's going to be 6. Whoops, 6. Data about people visiting the gym in a week. Make a comparison. Well, we've got 3 ways to compare it, so we'll just use these 3 for guests versus members. Percentage of all visitors. Well, a higher percentage of them were members, so higher percentage were members, because that's 64. Mean number of hours visiting. Well, members on average visited for longer. And the range of hours visiting, well, the guests had a higher range of hours. Of visiting hours. work out the percentage of the area that's shaded. So, well, the percentage of the whole thing, if this was all shaded, would be, or no, the size of the whole thing, area. So 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So this whole thing would be 20 if that wasn't cut out. 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So we know that 6 out of 20 is cut out. So that means that 14 out of 20 is shaded. Well, the percentage of that, that's 7 out of 10. That is equal to 7 out of 10. Well, 7 out of 10 is 70%. Question 16. 18 miles in 20 minutes, speed in miles per hour. Well, 20 minutes is a third of an hour because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So that is in a third of an hour. We need to times that by 3 to make it into an hour. So 18 times 3. 20 hours, 60 is equal to a third of an hour. 18 times 3 is what? 40, no, 54. So 18 times 3 is 54. 18 miles in 20 minutes, so that's just less than 1 mile per hour. 54 in 1 hour, so 54. (17) These are straight lines. E, B, D is 5 times A, B, E. And then D, B, C is 3 times A, B, E. Work out the size of the angle E, B, D. Right, so they're all related to each other. So if we say that this is, let's call it theta. So that's a symbol that's representing this one. Well, EBD is 5 times ABE. ABE, so EBD is 5 theta. Then DBC, DBC is 3 times theta. So now these are going to have to add up to 180 because it's a straight line. So theta plus 5 theta plus 3 theta is equal to 180 degrees. So how many theta is that? That's 9 theta is equal to 180. When I say theta, it's a letter of the Greek alphabet, it looks like that. So we're going to divide this by 9. We'll divide that by 9. Theta is equal to 20 degrees. So we know that's 20 degrees. EBD is 5 times 20 degrees. So 20 times 5 is equal to 100. So that's going to be 100 degrees. Question 18. 2 prime numbers multiplied together is even. Or prime number is one can only be multiplied by whatever. I can't remember the name, the definition of it. But you got like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Yeah, so it can only be divisible by like 1 in itself. So prime numbers even. Let's keep going with the prime numbers actually. That's 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31. Oops. And now let's try and multiply some of these together and see which one is even. So 1 times, 2 times something, 3 times something. If you do 2 times by 29, because if it's even, then it's got to have 2 in it, because you ain't going to get another even prime number other than 2. So 2 times 29, that's 58. Okay, that works. 58. So it's going to be 2 and 29. A and B share money in 5 to 6. Bruce gets 96. Andrew gives a quarter of his share to Carl. Gives 2/3 to Carl. How much does Carl receive? Well, if Bruce gets 96, then say 96 divided by 6 is what? 16? Because we know that this is in a ratio of 5 to 6. So 1 share of it, he's got 6 shares. It's going to be 16. So 5 shares of 16, what's that going to be? 80. So A gets 80. B gets, what is it, 96. And we know that those are split in a ratio of 5 to 6, so that is equivalent of 5 to 6. Andrew gives a quarter of his share to Carl, so a quarter of it is 80 divided by 4 is what? It's 20. And he gives 2/3 of his share to Carl. Well, what's 1/3 of 96? 32. He gives 2/3, so he gives 32 times 2. That's 64. So he gives 64. That's quite a bit, man, to Carl. He gives 20. So that is 84. So in the end, he gets 84 quid. Question 20. The scatter graph. Show the correlation. Well, it's going up, it's positive. I'm going to say it's a strong positive because they all seem to kind of fit pretty well there. John gets an extra life for every 2,000 points he scores. Or no, Jonah plays for 15 hours. Use a baseline fit to estimate. Well, okay, it's only going to be an estimate because we don't actually know how many he scored. But he's played for 15 hours. So let's put that. And then he's played it for 15 hours. And I'm going to estimate this correlation as well. So it's about there. That's about right. Now, he's played it for 15 hours. Yep. So we're going to look at this bit here and see how many points it will be. So that corresponds to 34. So it's got 34,000 points. And then gets an extra life for every 2,000 he scores. Well, how many lots of 2,000 he scored? He's got 17. So the answer is 17. Question 21. That times that is 600. Work out A. Or 2A times 3 times 5 squared. 5 squared 25 equals 600. Well, then we could do 2A times 3 times what is equal to 600. Well, that, how many times does 25 go into 100? What we're doing here is 600 divided by 25. Well, that goes into 100 4 times, but it's 600. So it's not going to go into 600 4 times. It's going to go into it 4 times 6 is 24. So that's going to be 24. 2A times 3 is 24, or 24 divided by 3, that's 8. So that's 2A equals 8. So something times 2 times something, 2 times itself a certain amount of times is equal to 8. Well, 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. And that's also 2 cubed equals 8. So what is A? A is 3. expand and simplify fully this, or 50. I'm going to split that into that and that. So left hand side, 5 times 3, 15x, 5 times 4 plus 20, and put it on that side. Oops. Minus, what's 2x? 2x, 2 times minus 1, that's minus 2. Because we're minusing everything in these brackets, then that's going to become minus 2, and that's going to become plus 2 because we're minusing a minus. So when we do this in a second, 15x plus 20 minus 2x minus 2, so it's going to be plus 2. So it's 15x plus 20 minus 2x plus 2. That's 15x minus 2x, it's 13x. 20 plus 2, that's 22. So it's 13x plus 22. X equals x doesn't equal 0. So it's drawn a curve for when x doesn't equal 0. 2 criticisms of the sketch. Well, she's drawn it for x equals 0. That's the first thing. So shouldn't be drawn at x equals 0. Be at x equals 0. Also, this should be symmetrical. So I'm going to say the negative x values aren't correct. That's not correct, but neither is that. It should also continue, just not for x equals 0. So negative x axis stops far from x equals 0. She's only not defined it for 0. So even if it's 0.01, she should have drawn it. Mean of the ages is 5. These people are young, because there's 3 of them. Sunita's X years old. Beth is 1 year younger than Sunita. So, Beth if you add 1, then you get to Sunita. Joel is double Sunita's age. So, Joel is equal to 2 lots of Sunita's age. Mean of the ages is 5. How old is Joel? And then we know that Sunita B plus J, so all of the ages, divided by 3 for the average, that's 5. So we know that in sum, S plus B plus J, that's equal to 15. So the sum of the ages is 15. So we know that J is equal to 2S, and we know that B plus 1 is equal to S. Or we could also say that B equals S minus 1. So let's plug these in, because we can put them all in terms of Sunita. So S, Sunita, plus, or B is S minus 1. So S minus 1. J is equal to 2S plus 2S. that's equal to 15. Don't like putting S because it looks like a 5. We know that these are S's. Well, S plus S minus 1 is 2S minus 1 plus 2S is equal to 15. So 4S minus 1 is equal to 15. So 4S is equal to 16. So Sunita is 4 years old. Or what do we all know? How old is Joel? Well, Joel is double Sunita's age. So Joel is 8. Question 25. Work out that divided by that. Well, 2 1/3. What's that in improper fractions? That's 7 over 3 divided by 4 out of 5. And that's equal to, if you're dividing it by 0.8, you're basically timesing it by 1 over 0.8. So 7, 3 times 5 out of 4. They're equivalent. And that is easier than that. So 7 times 5 is equal to 35 over 12. Give it as a mixed number. Okay, so they don't want 35 out of 12. Well, you've got 2 and 11 out of 12. Because these are equivalent. Because 2 and 12 out of 12 would be 36 over 12. So it's 2 and 11 out of 12. And that's it.